occasion, the hoisting of the United Nations Sangha. The sky blue banner with an all-white UN emblem was designed to be the map of the world, respecting equidistant projection in the North Pole, surrounded by two olive branches. The blue color that appears in the background of the insignia was deliberately chosen as it represents peace, that is the opposite of red, the war color. The slogan of the United Nations is peace, dignity and equality. May I now request the most revered guest, Mr. Balram, to hoist the United Nations flag in the portals of Vidyavadaka Sangha.
I am Shruti A student of VVS Sardar Patel High School, here to compere for today's event. I'd like to thank the students of VVS Gandhi Centenary School for presenting such a beautiful song, We Are the World, during the Refugees Auditorium entry. We heartily welcome all of you to the VVS Model United Nations Simulation, an initiative of the VVS ARTC Skill Advancement Program. On this momentous occasion, to invoke God's blessings, I would like to call upon stage the students of VVS Sardar Patel High School to present an invocation song. Thank you. At the United Nations on the 23rd of October in the year 1966 on the occasion of the United Nations Day by Bharat Ratna Srimati M.S. Subbalakshmi and Dr. Radha Vishwanathan. This is a song that tells us how to live our lives in the short span that we have called life. Thank you all for rendering such a melodious song for us today. May I now request Srimati Vanishri Deshpande ma'am, Headmistress of VVS Sardar Patel High School, to welcome the gathering. Thank you.
Honorable guests of today's function, revered heads of VVS Management Committee, revered members of our VVS Management Committee, special invitees, respected faculty, dear parents and beloved students. A very good morning and a warm welcome to VVS Model United Nations Simulation Session. It is both an honor and pleasure to stand before you today as we embark on this unique journey of discourse, diplomacy and global awareness. Diplomacy is fundamentally working with people, bringing people together to deal with difficult issues. A phrase from our scripture, the Maha Upanishad, says Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, meaning one earth, one family and one future. This undoubtedly emphasizes global unity and closely aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for inclusive human-centric development. The tradition of Vidyavardhaka Sangha, right from its inception, has been to cater to the needs of its stakeholders. But with increased global challenges, its entire perception has undergone a paradigm shift. The Academic Resource Training Center, an in-house wing of VVS, was constituted to provide opportunities to explore and experience new age learnings to VVS students at large. MAN simulation training for our students is an initiative of VVS Skill Advancement Program. Today's MAN session being the first session to take off, I am sure this experience goes beyond the walls of our classroom. It's a glimpse into the complexities of our interconnected world. We are deeply honored to have a distinguished personality, Mr. H.S. Balram, as the chief guest for today's function. Mr. H.S. Balram is a veteran journalist with over 45 years of experience in active journalism, that is print, radio and TV. He was the resident editor of The Times of India, Bangalore for 15 years till he retired in 2011. During his tenure, the paper reached #1 position in Karnataka in terms of readership and circulation. His regular Sunday column, To the Point, on political, social, civic and topical issues was highly popular and widely read. Before Times of India, for 20 years, he worked with the Indian Express, New Delhi, and later served as the resident editor for the Indian Express, Bangalore. Before these engagements, he worked briefly with two other Delhi newspapers, The Patriot and Motherland. Post-retirement, he worked as editorial advisor with the Asianet News Network. He was the director of National School of Journalism for 4 years. He also hosted a weekly talk show on Radio Indigo 91.9 FM. He received Lifetime Achievement Award from Karnataka Media Academy, Best Communicator Award from PR Society of India, and Press Club of Bangalore's annual award. Born and bred up in Bangalore, he belongs to the Rajput community that has made Karnataka its home state for generations. On behalf of Vidyavardhaka Sangha, I extend a gracious welcome to you, sir. Hearty welcome, sir. The other guest of today's function, Madam Chandra Singh, has served VVS in various capacities in the Department of Sociology and later served as the principal and also as the coordinator of VVS PU College. She is also a life member of VVS. A hearty welcome to you, Madam. Srimati Lakshmi Narasu, Madam, revered Vice Chairperson of VVS, is the source of inspiration behind all our endeavors and accomplishments. A hearty welcome to you, Madam. A warm welcome to our Honorable Secretary, Shri P.G. Dwarkanath Sir, who is our pillar of strength and unstinted support. Your guidance should lead us, sir. I extend a warm welcome to Shri Hari Prasad Sir, Joint Secretary, Shri Deshpande Sir, our Treasurer, and all the distinguished members of VVS management, and a hearty welcome to all the heads of various institutions under the banner of Vidyavardhaka Sangha. A hearty welcome to the moderators of today's month session, Mr. Ritvik, Mr. Sunav and Mr. Ritvik, and in absentia, Ms. Urvashi. A warm welcome our esteemed student delegates who have prepared for this event with utmost dedication, and I am sure that their passion for global issues will shine through the discussions that follow. I welcome all our dear parents wholeheartedly for today's session, and a warm welcome to the entire faculty of VVS, all our mentor teachers who have worked tirelessly to make this event possible. A warm welcome to all our beloved students for today's memorable event. Once again, a warm welcome to one and all present here. Before we begin with the actual proceedings of today's session, in order to understand the responsibilities and functions of the United Nations, let us watch a video which highlights relevant information from the birth of UN till its latest assembly in 2023. Thank you one and all.
Session of the conference to mark its official closing, a day which the whole civilized world has awaited anxiously that it might judge results. And the world, as well as San Francisco, rejoices over great progress made. At the Opera House, last hours of the convention, as delegates of the steering committee are Edward Statinius, who later resigned as Secretary of State to become permanent chairman of the American delegation. Lord Halifax calls dramatically for a standing vote on the completed charter.
And it is now my duty, my honor and my privilege in the chair, to call for a vote on the approval of the Charter of the United Nations.
Nation by nation, the delegates stand up for the great new charter they hammered out together. 50 nations standing side by side, unanimous for peace. Now, final signing of the charter. China signing first as the first nation attacked in this war. Dr. Wellington Koo's signature topping the long list to come. Then for Russia, Ambassador Gromyko commits his country also to the agreements and objectives decided upon. After days and nights of compromise and cooperation, 4 main agencies upon which the world now puts its hope. A powerful Security Council having final military authority. A General Assembly representing all member nations. A Social and Economic Council to tackle the causes of war. And an International Court to judge any international disputes.
Every year, on the third Tuesday in September, September, the world's attention turns to New York City as leaders descend on UN headquarters for the General Assembly's annual debate. But what is the UN General Assembly, better known as the UNGA or UNGA, and why all the buzz in September?
So the high-level week brings together leaders from around the world for this annual debate, and it's an opportunity for our countries, powerful and not so powerful, big and small, to stand on the world stage and talk about the issues that matter to their governments and to their people, like climate change, like sustainable development, like COVID, or conflicts in their region. And it's also an important opportunity for leaders to meet formally and informally in New York, and sometimes breakthroughs can happen from that kind of contact.
The UNGA is kind of like the world's parliament, with each of the 193 members of the UN represented by one vote. The Assembly's president rotates each year and is elected by UNGA members. UNGA discusses and debates issues, makes recommendations to the more powerful UN Security Council, and elects the rotating non-permanent members to the Security Council. It also has the power to censure states that violate the principles of the UN Charter, as in 1974, when the UNGA suspended South Africa for its practice of apartheid, or in 2012, when the UNGA denounced Syria for the human rights abuses committed since the start of the civil war.
A 360-degree virtual tour of United Nations General Assembly Hall.
India's Prime Minister is greeted by UN officials as he arrives to address the General Assembly. Mr. Nehru says,
the biggest question today is this question of war and peace and disarmament. There is no conflict between those. In fact, the whole atmosphere of the world will change if disarmament comes in and these present problems go towards solution. The choice offered to the world is cooperate or perish. The choices are peaceful coexistence or no existence at all.
We are greatly disappointed in what happened at some of these international forums and conferences. But what alternative is there? There is no alternative. We simply must sit together, and however many times there is failure, we must try that next time there is a better success.
उल्लेखनीय है, भारत में मूलभूत मानव अधिकार पुनः प्रतिष्ठित हो गए। इस भय और आतंक के वातावरण ने हमारे लोगों को घेर लिया था, वह दूर हो गया। ऐसे संवैधानिक कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं जिनसे यह सुनिश्चित हो जाए कि लोकतंत्र और बुनियादी आजादी का अब फिर कभी हनन नहीं होगा। अध्यक्ष महोदय, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की परिकल्पना बहुत पुरानी है। भारत में सदा से हमारा इस धारणा में विश्वास रहा है कि सारा संसार एक परिवार है। अनेकानेक प्रयत्नों और कष्टों के बाद संयुक्त राष्ट्र के रूप में इस स्वप्न के साकार होने की संभावना है।
The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय जी की आज जन्म जयंती है। एकात्म मानव दर्शन यानी इंटीग्रल ह्यूमनिज्म अर्थात स्व से समष्टि तक विकास और विस्तार की सहयात्रा। expansion of the self, moving from individual to the society, the nation and entire humanity. और ये चिंतन अंत्योदय को समर्पित है। अंत्योदय को आज की परिभाषा में where no one is left behind कहा जाता है।
Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished members of the General Assembly, Namaste from Bharat. Let me begin by expressing our felicitations to the President of the General Assembly, His Excellency Dennis Francis, and our fullest support to the 78th UNGA's theme of rebuilding trust and reigniting global solidarity. This is an occasion to take stock of our achievements and challenges, even while sharing our aspirations and goals. And indeed, in regard to both, there is much that India has to share.
I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our dear delegates and moderators for contributing to this impactful and enriching one session on global peace in times of growing conflict. Preparing and participating in a one session helps students develop leadership skills, research writing, public speaking, and problem solving. Moreover, coming up with solutions that are acceptable to a majority of the representatives also inculcates skills of negotiation, conflict resolution, and cooperation. Moving on to our next program, I now invite our dignitaries, a guest of honor, Shri H.S. Balram Sir, Vice Chairperson Srimati Lakshmi Nasu Madam, Secretary Sir P.G. Dwarkma. This special occasion, Shri H.S. Balram Sir, retired resident editor, The Times of India. I request our Secretary Sir to kindly felicitate our guest of honor. Thank you, sir. I now request our Secretary Sir to felicitate Madam Chandra Singh for her gracious presence today. Madam Chandra Singh is a principal of VVS College and is a life member of Vidyavardhaka Sangha. Thank you, sir. Congratulations to our moderators of the one session for ensuring a successful VVS Model United Nations simulation. I request a guest of honor to felicitate them. I call upon Mr. Ritvik Shivnani. Mr. Sunal Bajaj. Thank you, sir. The management of Vidyavardhaka Sangha is committed to fostering diverse learning opportunities, demonstrating a dedication to the holistic development of our students. May I request the principal of VVS PU College to honor our Vice Chairperson, Madam. Thank you, ma'am. The headmistress of Sardar Patel High School to felicitate our secretary, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to our next program, I now request our guest of honor to share his observations about today's
respected honorary secretary, Vice Chairperson, Srimati Lakshmi Nursi, all members of the management, all teachers, operators, and finally, my dear students. When we came onto the stage a little while ago, when I saw the three stages here, then I told it looks awkward. All the students who participate sitting behind and we are sitting in the front. You know what was his remark? One remark, that's all. Sir, they are behind us, they will take out from us. That is what that one sentence made a lot of people. That was really awkward. I was sitting there, they have been sitting here. That's where VVS stands now, because of people like him and because of teachers. I'm coming to the topic of the day. Hearty congratulations to VVS, Vidyavardhaka Sangha, for establishing VVS Model Union Club. And hats off to all the students of the club who participated in today's academic simulation of the United Nations. Rather, more than simulation, I feel for us all it is stimulation. It is all exciting, inspiring. You are all simply superb. You are simply superb. How I wish, I think it's a wishful thinking, but how I wish you replaced many of those speakers in the real United Nations. I am sure you would have been able to solve the real world issues much better than what they are doing now. I am privileged to witness the excellent program. I am more than, in fact, I am actually sitting in the UN. I thought I was sitting in the UN exam, doing that. But again, they are much better. What are the benefits of participating in model debate? Of course, you get lots of it on Google, and lots of people have explained to that. I just want to touch on it. Number one, you gain confidence in public speaking, debating, holding negotiations, and decision making. When I was young, I was a student. I remember suddenly my teacher asked me, "Parag, that topic, come and speak." My knees were wobbling. You will not believe. I came to the stage, stood there, couldn't say anything. I stood there just there. The teacher understood. His words were there. That made me change. I said, I took a challenge. I will speak, my knees won't wobble. So that is the, but seeing our students here, they don't need that kind of saying anything. You ask them, they come and speak and they finish off us. That is the kind of spirit that we have. Another thing, which apart from public speaking, what we all understand when they speak, they develop the listening, the art of listening. This is what I think most of us, miss the art of listening. Even on the phone, you see, most of us have this bad habit. Even when the other person is speaking, you are also speaking. The same person is going up. You don't know what she is speaking or he is speaking. She or he doesn't know what I am speaking. So the art of listening is very, very important. Very important. I think students have that. I saw that when they are speaking. I will come to that again when I give my remarks on how I spoke about it. Art of listening, critical thinking, researching, writing, analyzing, networking. These are the days of networking. Without networking, you are gone. You are in a corner. And problem solving skills. Everybody has all kinds of solutions. But feasible solution is what we need. A solution that can stand. Number two. You will learn about world issues and feel part of the global community. You learn about diplomacy and international relations. You understand parliamentary discourse, what happens in parliament. Now, in our days, there was no direct telecast of parliament proceedings, any proceedings for that matter. Now, we can see actually how our parliament is behave. I mean, really behave. You know how they behave. That we know what kind of persons we have sent to the parliament. I wish I had not voted for this fellow. You think twice. You don't have that kind of powers. Only 5 months in 5 years you get the chance to throw them or bring them back. Number 3, you make new friends around the world. You are not alone these days. We have friends, lots of friends everywhere. You will not know them, they are all our friends. The world has become small. Rather, our mobile is the world. We have in our palm. What you want, everything is there. That is the world. That is the world. Number 4, this is what I saw in all of these young children. You become inspired to lead and create change. These are our future leaders. What Gardner said, the sitting where they take over from us, that is what he meant. He said these are the future leaders. I am so happy, I am so proud that we will have leaders like this. I may not be alive or not, but lots of youngsters we see, these are the leaders. I only wish they don't join the same bandwagon. I have seen lots of politicians who speak a lot. We will do this, we will do that. Once they come to power, they do the same thing. They do the same thing. They talk nonsense. They enjoy all the benefits at our cost, taxpayers' cost. I only do this. Please keep in mind, you are young now. Remember the words when you become big, when you become leaders. Please change this world for better. In short, you become good leaders who can resolve global issues and promote peace through cooperation and diplomacy. Model UN, which we saw it today, is one of the most engaging and interactive experiences available in virtual and real environment. I saw it, I'm sure, because of Google and other things, we keep seeing all these things. Not only you learn about the principles of the UN and how it functions, but also improve your professional skills, communication skills, and global acumen. You are lucky that VVS has provided you this environment. The world today is immersed in problems, be it terrorism, conflicts between two countries. I'm talking of not just hot conflict, cold conflict or cold war between two countries. Like in US and China, it's a cold war. But Russia and Ukraine is a hot war. Israel and Hamas is a hot war. Gender equality, global health and more. Most of these problems across the world exist because of two reasons. There are two reasons because you people should listen to this. Some nations act without thinking, and some keep thinking without acting. These are the two categories we have in this world. All the problems are because of these two people. Here is where UN comes into the picture. It calls delegates from across the world, including the warring nations, to discuss, debate and negotiate and arrive at a feasible solution. Sadly, again, mine is but and sadly is more in my speech always. Sadly, most often, UN has failed because of rigidity of some nations to take a step too back. See, you see when two fellows are fighting, two boys are fighting, two girls are fighting, you go and catch them. No, don't fight. The other fellow also catches, don't fight. You do more of that, they will be much more eager to fight. Just leave them. What will happen? They'll keep quiet and say they'll talk, we'll discuss later and go on. This is what's happening. We have groups. If Israel attacks Hamas, there are two groups. One group says Israel is right, another group says nobody knows. I may say this, if I say this, I am attacked. Somebody says this, somebody attacked. So there is no, so UN is one medium where we sit across and decide. But it also fails. What can they do? UN also can do. They will always fight, always fight. Some points note, which I noted when all these people were speaking. Imagine when Russia, the delegate from Russia spoke. Later, the delegate from Ukraine also spoke. The delegate from Ukraine, what she did was, what he arrived. He spoke well. He spoke well. He spoke like real Zelensky. He spoke very well. But where I thought he could have gone a little more was, Russia spoke before him. Russia spoke before him. He knew what Russia spoke. He should have questioned that. You want peace and cooperation. Why did you invade my country? You could have done that with talks. This is one point you have to make. Don't just prepare and come and speak. Anybody can do that. When you prepare, also listen to others. This Russia fellow is speaking all nonsense. I am going through all the mess in my country. And he's talking of peace, cooperation and all. Ask them the question. Similarly, the students here, they should also be prepared. Listen to them ask questions. Sometimes I felt, I think just maybe, they are prepared what to ask. I think as a student level it is fine. In future as you become senior, ask them, take them straight. Say this, Mr. Delegate from Russia, you spoke this, you spoke this. What about that? Why did you invade the country? Was that necessary? And it is almost 1 year now. No solution. What is the peaceful solution you are talking about? See the answer? That fellow is shocked. He won't know what to say. Or he will say properly. He will answer properly. Then I saw one young boy. I thought he is a Japanese. He spoke so well. And so much excitement, so much passion in what he spoke. And in Japan, we have this, they can do namaste. Namaste. They don't do just like us. They bend out and touching words. I thought he will do that also. I was prepared for that. I thought he would get up and do that. He was superb. He was superb. What are we doing? Germany spoke well. Though they are not too much into the world problems these days. They are loose, but they do. But I liked the question that somebody asked here. You talk so much of peace and prosperity. Why did you start First World War and Second World War? I said, that's the question. But the answer was usually good. One good thing is what the person did was, the girl and boy in Germany, girl. The girl was smart enough. She says, I didn't do it, Hitler did it. Best way. Countries we have. When we do good things, yes, I have done it. When we do bad things, she did it. This is our style, the weakness. So coolly she called up, good night, she said, well done. But question was good. I'm glad she also answered in a way. I never believed that she would blame it on Hitler. Yes, Hitler is to blame. There is nothing wrong with it. I think coolly put the blame on that. What are we doing? We have to see. Then India spoke well. I thought my Narendra Modi is standing here and speaking. He spoke well. I like the clarity in him, talking about India, Russia, Ukraine war, and how we don't support either of them, but we support both of them to bring about peace. And as far as Israel and Rome is concerned, we attack terrorism, but we support Palestine. This is India's stand. But he brought it very well, spoke very well. And China, she also spoke, of course. See, this is the unisex world nowadays. It is difficult to understand where, who and what. China spoke. Sadly, I'm surprised. All those brilliant students in the audience, how come no questions? China wants to become superpower next to US. It is creating problems for India. Border wars. It has joined hands with Russia. Nobody asked, are you afraid of China? India should never be afraid of anybody. We are the next superpower. So be prepared to answer. Be prepared to question. I was thinking at least 4 or 5 persons get up and say, okay, you speak like this. What about this? What about that? What about this? Nobody. Silence. I don't know. You have to answer yourself. Switzerland also spoke very well. Though it's simple, small country, not much. But the stand was very clear. They spoke of neutrality and call for peace. I think these are certain things which are very It is not that don't take this as criticism. It is some valid point you should keep in mind next time you will come. As I told you, when a delegate speaks before you, and you can counter the delegate by saying that you said that, or what? Similarly, questions from the audience. We have to be prepared. Take them by surprise. Some of the questions I thought, most questions I think who are asked, I think they are prepared. I will ask this question after this man. Those days are gone. I'm smart enough to catch them red-handed like that. Anyway, there's one more thing which I want to tell all the students is, ensure that you are carrying the correct speech that you want to speak. I will give you an example. You all brought the speech, you spoke well. What if by mistake you got somebody else's speech? Imagine Russia speaking on behalf of Ukraine. You know why? I will tell you, I'm sure you also know, I think, the elders in the know. One of our very able External Affairs Minister was speaking at the UN. He gave the problem with all these dignitaries is they want all hangers on, too many hangers on. One fellow to bring speech, another fellow to bring document, another fellow to bring one glass of water. Our person should have gone through all that. He came, he started speaking. 1 para, 2 para, 3 paras, 4 paras. Then suddenly got a shock. I am reading a old speech. External Affairs of India. Just imagine embarrassment caused in the world, everybody sitting there. I don't name that person, he's a brilliant person. But problem is, he depended too much on his secretaries. Who are the secretaries? Top IAS officers and diplomats. So that is where. Another thing where problem happens is, some mischievous element amongst you in your team. Imagine China team, or you can say Russia team. Some mischievous element will say, this girl are trying to be very smart, speaks well and this and that. I will see that how I will blossom. Change the speech, put some other speech. Better just go and talk. She goes and speaks and make a mess of it. So go through yourself. Go through yourself everything. Is all the papers right? Are the documents right? These are the things one has to take care. So this is what the remarks I jotted down. I thought I should do my homework properly. I don't want to come and give a bland speech and go away. I thought I should tell them they have done 90% right. 90%. The 10% which people with some grey hair and grey cells can say where we went wrong, where we went right. But it's fantastic. I think I congratulate VVS for organizing the program. We should organize more such programs. Organize more such programs and ensure that our students become good leaders. Not only in India, they go abroad and wherever they say, feel proud. Somebody speaking again, Garnath will say, my student. And she was saying so to me. One of the principals, I don't know who was that, she was speaking here. She said, she was my student. So proud he was. So proud he was. That is what we want. Our children should overtake us and do well. Thank you so much.
Namaste VVS. Namaste VVS. Most revered guest of the day, respected VVS management and the August gathering. Just one step behind and I'll come back to my duty. Why was it that we chose to conduct this Model United Nations simulation today? When we do something for the first time, generally we choose a day that connotes something similar. Today, 25th November, United Nations observes it as International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Well, we are embarking on a very nice journey. We wanted to happen on a day that was very, very relevant to United Nations. Though it was a mock United Nations assembly, yet that too has some relevance and it's going to go a long way in the life of these young Hmong delegates. There are certain occasions when the advancing conclusion is painful. Today, I'm sure all of you will agree with me. The cozy and divine portals of Saptarshidhama has resounded a global jubilation. It is as though the entire world was encapsulated in our campus. The hoisting of the UN flag in VVS connotes many new aspirations, hopes, and dreams. It's a small, small world indeed. Maitri Bhajatam Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. VVS has and will always stand by the slogan of peace and universal brotherhood. Numerous hands have contributed to the success of the first month simulation. I may not in person be able to take all their names, but at the outset, I extend my sincere gratitude to all. Glory be to this ever-flourishing 66-year-old academic institution, our VVS, and good health and long life to that tribe which is fostering new age learners. Before proceeding further, many congratulations to the single chair jury, Balram sir. Our two moderators, VVS management and one student delegates. No words enough to appreciate the sincerity of today's august assemblage. Before going further, just a small bit of information. There were two occasions when Kannada resounded in United Nations General Assembly Hall. First, it was in 1966 when the Bharata Ratna M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma, before singing Maitri Bhajatam, had sung Jagadodharana. And second time in 2012 when the late Anant Kumar MP had addressed all the delegates in Kannada. He says, Manya Samyukta Rashtragala Adhyakshare ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವದ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದರ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರೇ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಮುಂಜಾನೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. Later he began his speech. Mr. Balram H.S. is a big name in the journalistic world, who is even today synonymous with the newspaper Times of India, and he has been one of the greatest well-wishers of Vidyavataka Sangha. Sir, your observation skills are exemplary and extremely thoughtful. I deem it a huge privilege to extend my gratitude to you, sir. Amidst your very busy schedule, you were kind enough to spare your time and encourage our young delegates. Thank you, sir. A homecoming and revisit to the place where one has spent more than 3.5 decades will indeed be very memorable. I am sure Madam Chandra Singh has experienced the same today. Your presence and blessings will carry a long of this impact on our individuals. I express my deep sense of gratitude to you, ma'am. Thank you for gracing the occasion. Our young moderators, who are 12th grade students but great manners for almost the past 7 years. They have shouldered the responsibility of initiating and training our registered students. I wholeheartedly thank Mr. Ritvik, who has coordinated and conducted sessions and guided us. Equally thankful to Mr. Sunav, who has been equally sharing responsibility. In absentia, I thank Ms. Urvashi too. Right from the inception of MAN Club in VVS till the conduct of today's simulation, there has been unstinted and unparalleled support from Dwarkanath sir and Lakshmi Narasimha. The way they welcome new age learning, the way they craft it to suit VVS in right measures, their vision of future academics in VVS is extraordinary. Their highest aspiration is to see the name of VVS written on the global map. Perhaps they would be the happiest when any student of VVS someday, days or years later, speaks in the UN General Assembly in the actual true spirit of Indian delegate. My sincere wishes to see such a day at the earliest possible date. Many congratulations on the successful completion of the first VVS month simulation. Please accept our deepest gratitude to your humble and sincere efforts. Extremely thankful to Dwarkanath sir and Lakshmi. I express my gratitude to Hariprasad sir, Joint Secretary, and Deshpande sir, Treasurer, for their support at all times. Equally thankful to all the management members. I am thankful to all the heads of VVS institutions at large And my special thanks are due to Ms. Shweta L., VVS Gandhi Centenary School Headmistress, and Ms. Vanshri Deshpande, who along with their team of teachers have made this day happen. Thank you, teachers. My special gratitude to Madam Supriya, VVS PU College Principal, and her team for rendering their timely help. Thank you, Madam. Special thanks to all the teachers who have come from various VVS institutions. Dear parents, I am sure today will go down in your memory lane as the best cherished day you have witnessed, as your kids on stage in a span of an hour or two have turned themselves into adult MUN delegates. Congratulations to the proud parents of VVS MUN delegates. Now moving on to the bright stars of today, who are the future global citizens. All of you were excellent, as Sir has already mentioned. I heartily congratulate each and every one of you for your well-researched, organized, and delivered thoughts. Great going. Blessings and good wishes from all the elders here. You have made it a very special and cherishable occasion. Thank you, children. The song choir of VVS Gandhi Centenary School was very cute and out of the world. Thanks to proclaim that you are the children and you are the world. Thank you, children. Maitri Bhajatam, the song written by the Divine Shankaracharya of Kanchi for the UN General Assembly session of 1966, reverberated divinity and accelerated peace slogans. A special round of applause to all the VVS children. Thank you. Right from the day of rehearsals to today's ceremony, there was seen great enthusiasm in the flag bearing group. Thank you, children. The energy and zeal of the band was out of the world, thanks to VVS band team and Mr. Manjunath who trained them. I wholeheartedly thank the audience present here. A special note of thanks to SEC members who have made it possible to attend today's session. If by oversight I've forgotten to express my gratitude to any whose contribution is significant, a huge thanks to all of them. Shreyo Bhuyat Sakala Jananam Maitri Bhajatam Yuddham Tyajatam Shreyo Bhuyat Sakala Jananam. May I now request all assembled here to stand up on a parting note to pray for global peace. All of you, please join me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.